Okay, so looking at over a month into this whole Thrive for 365 thing, and it's been pretty cool. And I'm gonna say this, and it's probably gonna sound, I don't know, maybe conceited or whatever. This really hasn't been a challenge for me, and I really don't think that this was meant to be a challenge for anyone in the first place. I really feel like if it is a challenge for you, it's good because it means you're at a point in your life where some changes need to be made in order for you to grow and become better and get better at what you're doing and to reach those desires that you have for your life, because we all desire something. And if this is a challenge for you, that's good. It's not a bad thing. I feel like I've been doing this long enough. I've had to live the day-to-day, push myself to get to where I want to be for probably about 3 or 4 years now. And I think the longer you get into that mindset and you stick to that mindset, it just becomes habit. With that said, I want to say that this is at the point where everybody kind of gives up and starts falling back into their old habits, which is totally normal. I have found that. I bought this planner at the beginning of the year to help me stay on track with my goals, and it really has helped. But then something happened, and this is probably true for a lot of people. So what happened was, at Christmas time, my mom got us these Ancestry DNA kits, which I have been so curious about it. And so I sent mine in a couple of weeks ago. I haven't heard back. And in the meantime, I signed up for Ancestry.com, and I have gotten so distracted by building my family tree. Now, my family tree on Ancestry.com was not on my list of goals at the beginning of this year. It was not put down on paper. And so it has become a distraction from what I've been wanting to accomplish. And it's made me think that, yeah, it's so cool to see where my descendants came from, and I'm so curious about it, but it doesn't define who I am at all. I get to make the choices on how I want to be, how I want to live, how I want other people to see me, which is authentically. So none of that matters. So I've had to put it away, shelve it, because I'm really curious about my DNA, like who I'm connected to. And again, it's a big distraction from my goals. So this last week, I'm getting on track. I've opened up my planner, wrote my goals down for February. I have a plan so I can stay on task. So what is it in your life where you have been distracted and you've fallen off and you're not on task, and you're like, what the hell happened? I was headed in this direction. I was motivated. It was all good to go. And then all of a sudden crash, it doesn't happen. And you're back to old habits again. So here's what I'm going to say. Find out what it is that's going to get you back on task. What do you do? If you don't know, I feel like it's going to start at forgiving yourself. Just be like, you know what? I screwed up. I'm going to get back on task. Let it go. Don't let it eat you up. It's in the past. The past is the past. The present is the present. The future is the future. The only thing we have control over is what is present. So forgive yourself, jump back in, get back on task, and go back to doing what is important and what is going to get you closer to your goals. And for me, that would be, if you want an example, for me, it would be, I had this running list of all the things that I wanted to do to make my business better, to make my guests feel more comfortable, to have that guest experience in my salon, to, again, promote myself some more and become better at what I do. And that's in getting to know my guest and getting better at my trade. So I had to go back to the drawing board and write those things down again. So sometimes we just need a restart. And I feel like doing it every single month at the beginning of the month is what helps. It helps get you back on track. Set those monthly goals so that gets you to your yearly goal. And that yearly goal is going to get you to your 5-year goal. And it just kind of is a spiral of all these awesome things. So anyways, and speaking of, I'm going to just start uploading stuff to the blog. So I'm excited. I feel like my sister and I have been trying to get together, and she is so busy with her business, which is awesome. I'm busy with my business, and we really have a hard time connecting with each other, which I think is okay, because it just means that we're on track for our goals. And the really cool thing about it is we can just kind of forgive each other in the end. We know where we're at, we know what our goals are, we know what our desires are. I think having that buddy and just being like, you know what, I totally get it, I'm right there with you, right there with you. We can't get together today. That's totally fine, because you're out there kicking ass. I'm gonna go out there and kick some ass, and let's continue to do this. So anywho, I hope that helps. And here's to another good day and a really great February. And yeah,